Okay, this was another good game. Ottomans versus Byzantines. Playing Pharaon or something. Go to income per minute as usual. Apologies for messing up the screen in the previous video. It's really easy to put the kind of fancy layers over the image. I accidentally did that last video, so apologies for that. This map's normally fairly easy. I don't normally get beaten on this map, for the last couple of times I've played it anyway. But this one was close, or it's closer than usual. I thought it would be easier, to be honest, even though the guy seemingly was ranked fairly similar to me. Byzantine can be annoying. I have a video where I'm just kind of learning the pitfalls of going up against the Byzantine cavalry, which is always a bit of a pain. So fairly quick into feudal, getting that outpost up. I'm not doing too badly in terms of income per minute, as you can see. So the start's fairly standard. I try and get both military schools up around 7 minutes. Their cataphract cavalry, there's the cataphract cavalry, they're really annoying. And their ability to kind of drink something so that they do this gulp thing. I know that everyone else knows this, but yeah, incredibly frustrating where they can just kind of charge through, especially against janissaries where you're used to absolutely destroying enemy cavalry, and then you just kind of get absolutely obliterated by quite a small enemy cavalry force. So they're doing quite sensible raiding with the longbows, pushing me off gold. Obviously I've garrisoned the outpost here for a minute. As they do that, luckily I didn't really need that gold because I've already got a fair amount, and just already at castle age, so I can upgrade to springboard emplacement, and it's not going to cause me too much bother, to be honest. They're a little bit late to the game on that. If they wanted to raid in that kind of minor way, they should have done it slightly earlier. Can be really annoying for Ottomans if you're getting raided at like 6 minutes. And then that can really kind of bring down your income per minute versus your adversaries. And Byzantine are very obviously a match for Ottoman mid and late game. Very much so. So you do need to be obviously careful with that. First mangonel coming on track. I just destroyed, there's a scout down here being annoying, so I go and kill him. Yeah, as I say, this is the King of the Hill map, which is I'm normally quite good at. They're quite slow on upgrading to the next age, I notice, and that kind of, I think, leads me into a bit of a false sense of security in relation to how good they are. Yeah, this was a bit poor. Oh yeah, and I get my cavalry killed up there. I mean my scout killed up there. But not to worry. So 16 minutes in, I'm normally starting to build up my force right now, so I think I'm doing fairly well. Not actually clicking. First thing to do, I suggest in terms of engineering, is that siege engineering. There we are, well timed. And then I am creating those janissaries and men at arms. Obviously I've switched military schools to be creating men at arms. I've also obviously done Anatolian Hills to military campus, advanced academy, and then later on I'd probably go trade bags, just if I needed that extra trade gold. That's normally what I do, to be honest. About 18 minutes in, Ottomans normally have a decent force at this point, and it's, as I said in the previous video, I think really 18, 19, 20 minutes in is where the Ottomans are strongest. My own view is that when you leave it later, I'm going a bit crazy with these farms, it's a bit ridiculous, but when you leave it later, some of the other civilizations actually are a little bit better. French, for example, a little bit better. English can be poor late game, but the fact they've got such cheap units actually often means that although their units aren't quite as strong, they can just pump them out, and that can be really problematic. Byzantine, obviously a good civilization late game, so I need to be aware of that. As I say, for Ottomans, in my view, it's about now that they're strongest. So the idea is very much to push at about 19, 20 minutes, or 18 minutes maybe. This is the plan. So, right, I've got the next stage coming online soon. What I do is I chuck a load of villagers up, moving with the army onto kind of from mine to mine, as it were. So you're not wasting time just standing there. Mangonels are going to initiate the attack. I did something wrong with this one, I'm not quite sure what I did with that one. These are quite cool. They're quite weak though, seemingly. Oh, and then the enemy does something slightly stupid, which is to try and put a keep right there. No, that's not going to happen. I don't know what the plan was there, whether there was a previous plan or whether they genuinely thought that they could put a keep up in kind of a few seconds. That was obviously a mistake. The longbows are really what's kind of being the units that are being most annoying. And obviously because I've not got cavalry, my main response to the longbows are the mangonels. Just decide to kill a deer as well, which is a bit random. Come on, let's get back on track here. But as that fighting is going on, obviously I've got the 22 villages I brought up on the gold, so it's not like they're just standing around, as I say. It's very important to do that and not have any time off collecting resources. Also very important to get onto the timber, get onto the wood, because as soon as that Seagate Castle is up, hopefully nice and near their base, you're going to need to create a siege workshop and then create trebuchets. And this is where they kind of almost come back into it. These are being very annoying. They're veteran longbowmen. They're using those quite well. And they're staggering their longbows as well to make sure that the mangonels are only kind of doing the least amount of damage. It's not a terrible player here. again, mine to mine, so I'm now on stone. I'm not wasting that 173 gold or whatever it was. Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing too badly, am I? I'm doing quite. I think I'm doing quite well in terms of. Got like a tiny little force here. I'm not even sure if I meant to do this, but these little guys here are taking care of people that come too close to the mangonels. The mangonels themselves are doing good damage against the longbows. Yes, the longbows are being annoying and taking out people. I decide in the end that it's not worth trying to break down the palisade wall and go further. I decide to simply whack. The other issue is that they have got other units from coming around, so I can't kind of rest on my laurels too much. I think about going kind of a little bit further, but I decide that it's not really worth it. Oh, I thought that mangonel shot was going for the archers. 20. Normally take a few more, to be honest. And it was only because I was able to, you know, it's only because I was able to defend quite well that this actually got up. 16 now. See how quickly they go. I should have bought more villagers. Very obviously should have got more villagers. 15. 13. It's these longbows that are really doing the damage. Now we've got only 10 villagers left. So this force is getting whittled down quite well by them. If they were able to take out these mangonels, I'd be in real trouble. And they do have troops still. I'm not quite sure why they're just standing there. And they do well here as well, because I noticed this late, which is poor. Oh, I did that really badly, because I just kind of click over to here. I was pretty lucky actually. I've only got 8 villagers. I did kill the priest in the end with the mangonel strike. And I do have some units kind of coming through. I've obviously put a way marker here, such that there are kind of reinforcements en route, as it were, but they're going to be pretty slow. Garrison the individuals for the moment, but I'll take them out obviously in a second and create that siege workshop, because that's the most important thing to do, and then a few other buildings as well. But as I say, the enemy's not terrible, so they know. I'm interested to know what they're doing elsewhere. So they're running around with getting gold from various places. And they do take the sacred site. I'm not quite sure what the point is. I guess just to distract me a little bit. So I'm struggling with gold a little bit at the moment as well, such that I decide to put a gold mine up here, and then chuck a load of villagers that were on wood on gold. I've got some trebuchets online, but so have they. Trebuchets are slightly less cool than mine, I think. Are they exactly the same? They just look slightly different. Do they look slightly different? I think they look slightly different, don't they? Yeah, and so they do have still a force here. And that, I think, comes around the back. bit jerky movement, isn't it? Villagers are en route, I think. Oh, no, I'm a bit slow for that. A bit slow with moving the villagers. Obviously, I'm taking back the sacred site. So Seagate Castle's only half health now. I need to be a bit careful. Yeah, coming down, it's on fire. This is really where it gets very 300 health before my villagers arrive and start to get on it. This kind of countering trebuchet is not really working. Really not, actually. Is it because I haven't upgraded them? Maybe it's because I haven't upgraded them properly. I don't know. Maybe I should have got that damage one, but it wouldn't have. It doesn't do accuracy, does it? So I'm not sure. It's just a case of I need more units that I can just go and destroy them, isn't it? What was that? A little weird white thing flying across. Or was that a boulder that hadn't rendered in very well? Cannonball, I mean, sorry. So this is what I mean where, this bit here was a little bit closer than I would have liked. Seagate Castle got down to about 300 hit points. They kind of pincer moved attack, which is probably a sensible idea. Although I'm not convinced actually that this was. I'm wondering if they should have just defended the trebuchets here. Do decent damage. Obviously the longbows veteran longbows against my janissaries I'm going to struggle with. I've also, because I was running out of gold, I've just created a load of random 7 normal archers. They're just absolutely almost pointless, to be honest. But now I've dealt with that force, I can just kind of come in with a slightly larger force here and mop up this. Oh yeah, I messed that up as well. Obviously I have to go to the market and get some more wood in a second. Here we are. So I cheat and use the market to get wood again. And then I get a bit bored, so I just decide, you know what, I'm just going to go and destroy these, because there's not much, it doesn't look like they're guarding these very well. So I'm just going to go and take them out, which I probably should have done earlier, to be honest. Because yes, people are going to die, but these are really annoying. For some reason, janissaries against trebuchets are actually quite effective. Against like buildings, they're absolutely terrible, and cannons are absolutely terrible. But against trebuchets, they seem to be quite effective. Bit of a weird one. Anyway, that was good. Good game.